as Blue kind of mentioned in the chat, we have a video that I will be presenting on their behalf. So we'll run that really quick, and then Open Sky would love to kind of revisit for the group just the fact that we have moved to Discord threads for collecting feedback on advisory council requirements, and then obviously do kind of like another round for this upcoming week, which will be a new thread, but would still invite feedback on the existing one from last week, because I think that went unnoticed for a couple of people, and would love any feedback on just, making sure that the right people are either tagged or nudged throughout the week, since we are trying to push more of the discussions async. So whatever we can do to make that easier, we would love to. I don't even know who the one person that does get tagged when we tag supporting ADs, who it is, and if they are still active anymore. Okay, cool. Let me real quick share this video. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can everyone see my screen? Yes, no. Okay, cool. Thanks. Okay, this is a just under 4-minute video, so gonna play this, and then I know the goal was for it to be more of a discussion starter, but gonna go ahead and start that.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to present on this AVC meeting. We are Blue. We have observed there might be a challenge in locating the right talent for the councils. Today's presentation will explore peer-to-peer recruitment as one potential solution to this issue. While we will maintain a high-level overview of how this suggestion could be applied to MakerDAO in this presentation, a link to the in-depth supporting research will be made available should the AVC find it relevant to dig deeper. Peer-to-peer recruitment seeks to leverage the power of MakerDAO's community and crypto Twitter. Instead of relying solely on headhunters and traditional job advertisements, it aims to put industry insiders in the driver's seat of recruitment by applying a lucrative finder's fee to the individual who successfully introduces the candidate who ultimately does the job. Up to this point, it seems there has not been a structured recruitment process to identify and interview council members. This research aims to shed light on this issue, potentially providing MakerDAO with components to structure its recruitment process. One of our hypotheses is that top talent, those with expertise in crypto, often operate within the same circles. The peer-to-peer model expands the talent pool beyond just relying on headhunters by leveraging the MakerDAO community and crypto Twitter. The optimistic long-term goal is for MakerDAO to get support to develop its scopes by the best experts in the world. For this to happen through peer-to-peer recruitment, a number of stakeholders must be engaged. The AVCs help set the direction. The delegates help do research and put in some of the work that needs to be done. The domain experts, like for example strategic finance or risk, help define the tasks that need to be accomplished by the experts and specify the skills that these experts are expected to possess. Growth promotes the opportunity on Twitter. The matchmakers identify and recommend experts. The experts are drinking mojitos, waiting to be discovered. The interviewers facilitate the interviews and testing. Having an idea for a solution is one thing. Conducting research to envision its practical application is another. We meticulously map the process flow step by step to assess its feasibility. Before this presentation, we introduced this setup and flow to 5 HR professionals, asking them to assist us in drafting a pre-mortem by imagining that the project had failed and detailing the problems that led to this outcome. Their feedback was transformed into how might we questions to reframe the problems into opportunities. Ideas for solutions to these how might we questions were then proposed by ChatGPT just to serve as a starting point. After this presentation, we suggest that the AVC discuss the concept of peer-to-peer recruitment. If there's interest in digging deeper, the underlying research is available here. Thank you for listening.
Fantastic. And you already are ahead of me in sharing exactly what I was about to ask. So thank you. Yeah, this is really, really great. And thank you for sharing both the link, because I know we don't have a ton of time in this specific meeting, but would love to resurface this, especially along the lines of what we were just talking about in terms of tagging relevant parties, and incorporating this into the requirements surfacing that we've been doing and are continuing to do for each scope. So yeah, thank you. I will make sure that everyone kind of gets this coming out of this meeting, because I know we're missing a couple of people this week. And so yeah, we'll include that in the bigger channel for everyone, and would love to bring thoughts for the next meeting for people to discuss, just like what changes we can make based on this. On that note, I know there were a couple of suggestions in here just about updating the list, but it sounds like updating that list would literally just be tagging blue. Is that correct? Yeah, same. I did not either, which is why it's hard with vague words, right? Like, oh, are the right people tagged? Well, who are the right people? And that's really good to know. On that note, Open Sky, what do you think would be the best way to collect feedback specifically on this proposal, like before next week, in terms of like async? No, I was not aware of this voting portal. What is this? Okay, got it. Yeah, I knew that we had lost a lot, but I didn't know how many and the updated lists. So yeah, this is super helpful. Thank you. Do we have any like just overarching statistic? I mean, obviously I can go into this and just look at each of the AVCs and yeah, see it in real time, but are there just general trends to be aware of like how many, like percentage wise, we lost, or how many people are remaining? Just in the spirit of composability, right? I know we started these meetings by trying to highlight areas that we could get, the most work out of the fewest people having to do duplicate work for multiple AVCs. And so trying to, okay, how many though? Like how many delegates are remaining? And also, I'm sorry if these are silly questions and I can take them offline, but
there's like a filter on the voting portal, so you can actually go by CVCs. So it looks like the biggest has like 13 accounts, and there are a couple with one.
Got it. Okay, so yeah, it sounds like about 16. How many were there before? Like how much are we down as a total?
I think it was in the 20s. I don't know. I've just been catching up on everything. I saw that like 6 or so had been removed. And maybe paper would know more.
Got it. And is that like, I know obvious, I was going to say, yeah, I know new ones popped up. Like, do we have any indication of the overlap? I know that's kind of like against, or it's, I know the point is that everyone's supposed to be anonymous, but like, I'm just curious how far to go back sometimes, or if we're just starting over. Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to figure out like what the overlap is. And that might be we don't know, and we don't know on purpose, which is a fair answer. Anyway, sorry. I don't mean to take that into a rabbit hole. I know that situation is a little bit triggering. But yeah, basically just resetting the room of how we think about making decisions here, which is to prioritize making. Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah. How are we attracting delegates and making sure that we're engaging and recognizing the ones that we do have who are doing a lot of work. And so that's where, as I was saying before, the goal is not to duplicate efforts and act in a silo outside of the other ABCs wherever we can. But that's why we cut down on the meeting times and trying to do more async work and surfacing things from other ABCs. But yeah, maybe that's worth even just another post in the channel, just re-communicating whether there are new people or if people have been here for a while and have forgotten why we focus on efficiency and how we are focusing on efficiency, and making that more clear for people who don't even know what our focus is. So it's almost like resetting the room, I guess. Okay, cool. Yeah. Thank you, True Name. On that note, Open Sky, just in terms of, reposting in the channel, like I know we're running up on time here. So I'm going to share the links out from this meeting that Blue shared. So I'll have the link to the video and also to the Miro board so that people can look at it in a little bit more detail. Would love to set some time on the agenda next week to discuss that in detail, and bring any questions that people who are either here in this meeting right now or who couldn't attend today have. Would love to resurface the threads that we've already started on requirements already in the Discord threads, because we did move off of joke races into the Discord to make it a little bit easier for people to contribute. And yeah, I think start a new one for this week. Is that correct? And I know there was another question that I had, but DeFi J is not here, but I will ping him offline for that. Cool. Well, unless anyone else has anything pressing that they want to bring up, I know I'm already over time. So like I said, we'll recap all of this in the channel. Open Sky and I can work on making sure that those tags are updated, and we will see you next week.
Thanks. This was fun.
Perfect. All right. Good to see you all. Have a nice weekend.